there's also the loan contingency. If for any reason something goes wrong throughout this process, once again, your agent can recommend you to just send a cancellation and you take your money back and you find another home. Now, once you get to step number 6, what happens, Javier? And you remove all contingencies.
Once you remove all contingencies, we're pretty much going to be waiting here for the loan to fund. So once the loan has funded with your lender, then then title will be, then the documents will be sent to title from escrow. That way the title of the home will be recorded under the new owner's name. Once title has recorded, then at that point, the house is pretty much yours and you can get ready to collect your keys. So after you remove all contingencies, there's a waiting period of about 3 days, which will allow for the loan to fund, like I said, and for the title to record in the new owner's name.
Perfect. Well, so with that said, once we get to step number 6, we're removing all the contingencies. This is a time I always recommend all the buyers out there, give your notice. Give your notice to your landlord, or tell your mom or your dad you're going to be moving out, or tell your landlord you're going to be moving out. Either situation, this is the moment where we call it, there is a non-return. Meaning that once you remove all the contingencies, you're fully committed to this home, and we're going to facilitate the process all the way to get you your keys. So what's going to happen is at number 7, you're going to, like Javier just mentioned, you're going to have a notary most likely coming to your home, especially now with COVID. They make an appointment from the escrow company. A notary will be showing up at your home, or your office, or whatever you want it to be. And it's a very important step because that's where you're signing your life away. Right, Ryan? 30-year loans. So my recommendation, and Ryan, please piggyback on this. I always tell all the buyers, there is all kind of, shiny objects out there on the webs. Everybody's saying, oh, I'll give you 2% rate, I'll give you 1% rate, or I'll give you the loan for free. That is not true. And, I always recommend, I say, don't really go jump into the loan, into the rate. What you got to know is that having a security to have that rate, have an email, have your lender giving you a specific document, or when they lock the rate, they give you a proof of it. Because at that moment, at number 7, when you're signing your loan documents, they can write whatever they want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ryan, tell us a little bit about that.
So, things are a little different now. You can't really change. So typically, once the loan goes live, and what I mean by that is once you guys have an accepted purchase contract and we change your application from just a pre-qualification application and put the purchase contract in there and list a property address, we have to disclose all of the terms to you within 3 days. That includes the rate, whatever you're being charged by the lender. The only thing that can really change a little bit is if there's going to be any changes, but for a title and escrow fees, things that are really outside of the lender control. So there should not be any monumental change from when the loan is originally disclosed to the closing table, unless something happens with your credit, if there's some material change with the borrower that is outside of the lender's control, which it doesn't really happen too often because the credit report stays where it's at. Usually that's not going to happen. Now, as far as what you're saying, as far as rates, yes, there's a lot of people quoting a lot of crazy stuff out there. The one thing I would say you want to do as a first-time home buyer, we're a direct lender. That basically means, and how that benefits a buyer, is when we go to price your loan out and we open a lock window or window, we can see every major bank in the country. So that's Chase, Wells Fargo, US Bank, Union Bank, Bank of America, whoever it is, and all of just straight mortgage lenders. So whoever has the best pricing for you on that specific day that you're ready to lock, we can lock it in with them. So that gives you the opportunity for us to shop for you as opposed to you calling 10 different banks.
One thing I wanted to add is also, especially for first home buyers that are not really aware of it, is don't make any huge purchases right before closing. We have seen sometimes that loans even got denied just because people bought, I think Desi's buyers, they bought an iPhone and had huge problems getting this through, because that was a major change in their financial situation. So to all first-time home buyers, please keep in mind, wait with the iPhone after closing, wait with the new car after closing, and any other major purchases you want to do. It can wait for another 3 days until you have the keys in your hand and the process is completed.
Yeah, that's right. So once again, step number 7, a notary will come to your residency. You're going to be signing the loan documents. That's where you're really going to see what your payment is. Once again, all the documents, it's a full-on contract. Remember to pay attention to it, please. The notary knows about it, but always refer to your loan officer, your processor, and the loan team if you have any questions. So keep that number handy. The great thing that we do in-house, and we collaborate hand-to-hand with our cross-country mortgage. Therefore, we're always there to support you all the way to the end. The step number 8 is pretty self-explanatory, is fund the loan. The beautiful thing about cross-country versus other lenders is they table fund. Ryan, what is that?
So table fund means we send a wire with the docs. So basically, there's different kinds of funding. One, sometimes we'll send the docs out, and after the borrower signs the docs, they wire their money in, and then after that, escrow will contact the lender, and it takes 2 or 3 days for them to balance and officially go and record. So what we do is we do all of that balancing in advance. So when the docs go out, our wire goes with it. So once the borrower wires their money in, they usually are recording that day or the next day. So it saves them 2 or 3 days at the end of the transaction.